We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support here above the 448 and 445 levels. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy at 11:45 a.m. it sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 90% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support here in the after hours, trying to get itself back up towards 450. And we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow and what's going on with the inflow versus outflow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot sent out a bull indicator at 9:45 a.m. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from red bars to bright green bars in the last 2 days, and back down from bright green to red bars so far. And the last piece missing on 42 vision would be white with red borders. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, under a bear indicator for the first time since the bull indicator from down here at the 434 area. Full strength here for the last several days and weeks. And here we are with it on the 30-minute with the first bear indicator popping up here at the 450 level, after rejecting multiple times up here near the 451 to 452 area. Now, on the 30-minute, a bear indicator has popped up, but it's not the only one, right? Also, on the 15-minute in the volatility, a bear indicator popped up at the 449.97 area. I would just round that up to 450 as well, and it's dominating over the chart. And when we zoom out and look at this from the bigger picture on the 1 hour, we could see here in the bigger picture how a bull indicator is still dominating since down here at the 435 area. And that is something I would not ignore here within the bigger picture. No bear indicator just yet, and full strength here, right? No red bars, no white with red borders. The most that we've seen is dark green with red borders, and the last piece missing would be red and white with red borders, and a possible bear indicator in the process, but it still has not happened. And I'm going to be watching that very carefully going into tomorrow here how a bull indicator is still dominating in the bigger picture. And within the volatility of the 15-minute and the 30-minute, we've hit red bars and we're under bear indicators, something to not ignore. But the bigger picture is still green and under a bull indicator. So if that follows and that weakness goes into the 1 hour, well then the bigger picture is showing even further weakness, and we'll need to see if those outflows follow as well, which we're going to take a look at in just a moment. And I'm going to break down what key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, with outflows crossing over and starting to dominate here in the second half of the day, right? Those outflows began yesterday, and we talked about how important it was for it to stay above the midpoint. And you could see in this tight consolidation here throughout the day how it was actually fighting to bring itself back up. And now it's coming back down to test the key support level of the day, which was around the 448 to 449 area. Now, these inflows need to pick back up to justify any strength to the upside here if the bulls want to try to reappear. If not, if these outflows continue, it's going to be crucial and critical to watch how things react, because it could continue to pull things to the downside. And not only that, if it rolls over that weakness even further here on the 1 hour, those outflows can go even further, and they have crossed already. But again, no bear indicator just yet on the 1 hour. And if that's the next thing coming and these outflows continue to pull away from the midpoint to the downside, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts. Now, in the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see how inflows tried coming back up in the first half of the day on that move from the 449 area to the 451 level. And then from that moment forward, that bear indicator popped up as we saw in the middle of the day, and outflows have been dominating since then. They tried coming back up and now they're red again, sitting sideways, and it's going to be crucial and critical for those inflows to pick up to justify any strength into these charts and try to roll it over. If not, it could continue to dominate over these charts. So as we see it, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, and the 1 hour outflows are dominating. The 15-minute and the 30-minute are under bear indicators, and the 1 hour is still under a bull indicator. And I'm going to be watching that larger time frame very closely going into tomorrow and the rest of today's after hours. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is support, guys. And if these outflows continue to the downside and pull away from the midpoint on the 15-minute, as well as on the 30-minute to the downside, the first support is the 448 level. If that gets broken through, then I'll be watching 445 area to the 443 level. So those are the key levels I'll be watching to the downside. They're going to be crucial and critical to not ignore as the outflows are dominating. And on the lower time frames within the volatility of the 15-minute and the 30-minute, there are bear indicators. So definitely something to not overlook. Now to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to pick up here on the 15-minute, get a bull indicator in the process, and try to roll that strength over to the 30-minute as well. Get these inflows back over the midpoint, as well as the 1 hour switching from red to green and pushing upwards, reflecting that strength into these charts. And the first resistance level is the recent highs up here of the 451 to 452 level. And based off the history of the chart, then comes the 454 to 455. And if that gets broken through, I'll be watching the 457 area. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial. I would not ignore them. And the inflow versus outflows are going to be critical. And I'm going to be watching them very closely here going into tomorrow, as they're really close to the midpoint and they are below in red. And it's going to be crucial if the 15-minute can start pushing back up, cross over it, and try to roll that strength over into the 30-minute as well. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.